Good evening, Spiritual Collective. So tonight when I asked what we needed to hear to guide us through our coming days, it's definitely a message of a transformation of thoughts, a triumph over the way you think, and your perspective on things. Having more control of this perspective is what I'm seeing here. So this card jumped out first, and it is a card of victory. It's a card of success. It's really, especially in this deck, I'm getting with this a feeling of victory and power, of triumph, of just really claiming that too, really claiming that success, really claiming that power that you have, and that's been earned, that you've done the work for this, and you are reaping the rewards. This was followed by the Ace of Orbs. This is a new mindset, again, when I was talking about the mindset, but it's the way that you're approaching your thoughts. You're looking at your thoughts, and you're doing so in a way that brings you more peace, more tranquility. It's a very peaceful way. Maybe you're doing more meditation, or maybe you're listening to music that's soothing, tracks that are soothing, calming your brain waves with different frequencies, different sounds, sound healing. Either way, sound plays an important role as well. But also getting that your perspective has shifted so much with this calming new energy that you see things that you didn't see before. Because when I looked at this, I don't know if you can see it in this image, but it almost looks as if there is a feline face here in this water. I don't know if it's coming out with the nose and the two eyes, and it kind of has a feline look to it if you look closely. And what I'm getting with this is that this is a very powerful new way that you're tackling your thoughts, and it's giving you a lot of power moving forward, a lot of strength. But again, it's very peaceful and very serene, allowing this to come forward, allowing you to see this new powerful way of being emerge, right? Really with the way you think. And of course, it was followed by the Hanged Man. And yes, of course, again, a perspective in the way you see things. You're seeing things differently. You're gaining answers through changing the way you usually do things. There's more meditative, more balance. Maybe you're doing more yoga, meditation, maybe a combination of the two. But there's something more. You're gaining more clarity. You're gaining more answers. And you're gaining these answers from the divine. You're getting a lot more visions, a lot more clarity, messaging, and dreams. So there's something you're getting through these states. But it's also a state of liminality that this is coming through. This suspension. Okay? And the Ten of Crystals followed after, being the last card in this pool. It's beautiful. It's abundant. It's a luxurious. This always kind of gives me the Nine of Pentacles feel to it too, just with the imagery, with the peacock and the woman with the wealth around her, like this fence of crystals. Although this is the Ten of Crystals in this deck, but just it also gives that feel as well. So when I see this card, I also get that vibe too, of that independently wealthy, of being comfortable in yourself and looking to the things that you have and what you've amassed through your own hard work and diligence. It's paying off. That's another thing, it's paying off. And that, again, with sound, I'm hearing the peacock, the sound they make. That was really bad. I'm sorry. That sound that they make, you can look it up if you don't know. With the dolphin, this sound is really important right now. I think you should really engage in doing meditations with certain sounds. Will help you kind of relax the mind. Definitely soothing the mind and moving forward in a new, just more clear way of being, right? Ooh. Beyond the mind, the heart beats. Again, with this liminality, with this mind, this travel, this travel that you're able to do with your mind in your meditative states is only really available because you're able to calm your mind down. You're able to have this new perspective. This will only increase. You're going to be opened up too. You're opening up. You'll find yourself being more psychic. It might be even kind of like shocking, the kind of things that you'll pick up on or notice, and it'll be verified that, yeah, your psychic development, your psychic powers are evolving, and they're, because of this, because you took the time to calm your mind and focus and redirect your thoughts, because you did this, you're able to hit this part in your journey, in your path to where you're expanding more and more. Yes, your powers are expanding. I mean, there's rituals you do to expand your power along with meditation, just really getting into that, really opening yourself up. Legacy of light. Yeah, definitely with the vision, with the psychic vision. Also getting ancestors, you may have communication, and with also with other spiritual beings is really being opened up at this time. Sorry. Because you did what you needed to do to calm your mind down. In the world, but not of the world. Yeah, you're here in this realm. You're in the world, but you're not of it. Because part of you is also in the other worlds, in different realms, in liminal states. You can also reach these liminal states very easily. I'm getting it's very easy to access this. The flow is available to you, and it's very easy for you to access these points of these states of being, these points of awareness. It's really easy for you to tap into that. So really expansive time, very expansive. Again, you'll have to really keep track of how many times your intuition or psychic senses were correct. Okay, this is going to be very important for you at this time. Getting a little stuff here. Let me get it situated. But anyway, it's really helping you out, getting you to expand. Very expansive time. And you're going to manifest more easily in the world because of this. Your manifestations are going to be easier. There's not that really frantic, fear-based thinking that hinders your manifestations. There's not a lot of that going on because you were able to push past that. Okay. These two cards came out. Between Worlds and Awakened Spirit. New direction and desire to change. Yeah, because you did change. You did go and move in that direction. A different direction of thinking. So, yeah, you're awakening your spirit even more. And it's opening you up to new worlds, new possibilities. New worlds in like the other realms when you're meditating, when you're dreaming. But also within this world. You know, the reality that we're in right now, the physical reality, I mean, we're in other realities too, it's the same, but you know what I mean. But basically, it's opening up opportunities as well. Sacred geometry could be important. You should look into that. Sacred geometry and sounds, I'm getting. Very important. Also getting this flow. You're going to be in the flow, but also just this ease of your spirit, ease of things coming to you, ease of things being manifested, because you're not in that state that you probably were in not long ago. It may be that you who's watching, we're all different, are in different phases of this. So you could be noticing that your psychic abilities are taking off right now, or you could be waiting for them to, and hasn't seemed to have happened yet. But this is, if you feel drawn to stay here for any reason, it's definitely coming, and you might be getting a feeling of this, like it's coming your way, and it's definitely coming your way if you've been really diligent about changing your thought patterns and about relaxing your mind. If you've been meditating more, and again, I'm really getting like calming music, calming meditative brainwave, binaural beat music is helping. Okay? Spiritual evolution. Yeah, you're definitely evolving spiritually. This is it's really opening doors. It's really opening your mind. It's because you're able to calm it, you're able to focus, you're able to see, it's expanding out and allowing you access. Being allowed access. Also, energy signature. The past is in the present. Okay. The existence of time and lack thereof. But also, again, like I said, it's opening you up to these new possibilities. You're walking into this new world that you're creating, this new reality for you. There was a lot of hardships. There may even still be something that's right now not perfect, but because you've rested your mind, because you've taken the time to really be cautious, you're advancing at an accelerated rate, or will be very soon. Spirit messages, yeah, observe limitations. Interesting. So observe these limitations. And also observe when you feel like they are being lifted. What you once weren't able to do, maybe you're able to do now. Also spirit messages, of course, because you're opening yourself up even more and expanding out even more and reaching access into these other realms even more. You're going to be getting more spiritual messages, more spiritual downloads. Anything of that nature is going to become real easy for you at this time. Secret temptation, being led astray. Okay, so then this comes in. So watch out for this. If it does pop up, it may or may not. But there may be a temptation in some way, in some realm. Maybe to misuse your psychic gifts, or to be focused on something else, to become distracted. Someone may be trying to tempt you to get you off course. As we know in this collective, there's a lot of that sometimes going on. Light codes, because travel awaits you. Yeah. Getting astral travel a lot is going to be happening. So there may be energies that try to get you to take your mind away from that and get you to react in a different way. Because look at these two faces. They're different. One after the other, right? So there's a choice. You could be led astray, and you could be feeling more in your more negative or frustrated or distracted or angry. Like pulling you into like these lower frequencies, sorry. As opposed to when you focus on being calm and you focus on peace. There's a difference here. And this one's going to open you up. Okay, so you want to really make sure that you aren't pulled into the negative frequencies or the negative thoughts, the negative thought patterns that you've been having. To say it like that, okay? Because your evolution is really taking off right now, spiritually, really taking off. And so you need to be here for that. And you just need to watch your thoughts, okay? And you should be just fine. I'm looking for... Hold on, I'm sorry. I think it's kind of chaotic over here sometimes. I even had a better setup. Okay. I was looking for a certain deck. But that's okay. That's okay. Alright. When you tend to acquire decks, they tend to be in a lot of different places sometimes. I'm sure if you're a reader, you know. Whoa, okay. Out of the woods, you've made it through. What newness is emerging? Yeah, this newness that's emerging is your psychic abilities and your peace. That's what's emerging. And the possibilities that will result from that. But yeah, you've made it through. You pushed through and were successful. You made it through. You have access now. Just don't be tempted to go back into your old ways of thinking. And it's not really all your fault. I mean, there's things that drag you down, like, you know, like your job. Maybe you have toxic family, toxic environment that you live, things that go on that's beyond your control. But you got to try to learn to really calm it down. Now, that's not to say that you won't get upset every now and then, or you won't be a little annoyed, or get angry even. But there's a way to not dwell in that. There's a way to feel it and honor it, but to move on and also engage in peaceful activities and mindsets as much as possible to really negate what, you know, that other side, right? And really balance that out. Yeah, you create your own reality. What you want wants you to. Yeah, you're creating your own reality. Remember, with this manifestation, you're manifesting really beautiful things when you're in this peaceful state. And not to say you can't. I'm not one of these people that are going to tell you that you can't feel angry or that there's not power in lower emotions, because, quote unquote, lower emotions like anger, sadness, because those can also be used. Some of the strongest spiritual experiences can be when you're in a state that's less than positive. Okay, there's all sorts of different emotions and different frequencies that you can access that also give you a lot of power. So I'm not going to be one of those people to tell you, oh, you got to focus on light and love and never feel a bad emotion ever again, because one, that's impossible, but two, it's just not realistic. And spirituality is a huge spectrum. But I will tell you that this peace of mind is very important for you. It's really important for you right now with manifestation. So, again, you can feel your feelings but not dwell there. That's very important. Don't dwell there. Find an outlet that's appropriate and not harmful. And move on. And go to calmer waters, right? Great awakening. Walk in your truth and stand firm in your light. Yeah, walk firm in your truth. And know yourself. Be strong in yourself. Be confident. Be confident in who you are. Be confident about what you went through. You've been through a lot of stuff. And you should really acknowledge that. Acknowledge that success and move forward. Because you're moving to bigger and greater things. Okay, your evolution is taking off. What was I saying? Don't run from the darkness. Embrace your shadow side. So yeah, I'm not saying don't embrace your shadow side. Embrace your shadow side. What else does this have here? What aspect of yourself have you been afraid to look at or want to address? Definitely do address these. Do your shadow work, but don't. You really need to spend a lot of time in peaceful contemplation and calming meditation and focus. Okay? That's all I'm saying. But definitely do your shadow work when it arises, because that's going to help you really know your mind and what you need to shift. You can really see what you need to shift in your mindset when you do that. Rest, renew, and recharge. You need rest right now. Don't feel bad when you need to take a little rest, or when you engage in activities that are less than productive, because you already do a lot. You already do a lot. You already have a job that takes your time. You already do a lot of stuff that you do just in your life. And it's okay if you take a little extra rest. So don't beat yourself up about it. I don't feel like you're a lazy person. Again, there was a warning not to be distracted. But I don't feel like you are the type of person that is going to let things slide, drift away, let go of things. And you always find your way back. You always find your way back to what's important, so taking a rest is not a big deal. It's actually needed. Remember, the rest, the meditation, the focus on the peaceful, the breathing. You want to relax your nervous system. You want to get your nervous system regulated, calm it down. That's really going to help you. Oneness is the way. How can you show more compassion and acceptance toward those you don't understand? So there can also be a way that you need to show compassion. I'm not going to say be overly nice and kind. Like, be kind, but don't be... How do I word this? Don't be a pushover. Don't be fake nice. I just... I can't do fake nice, okay? And I work retail, and I still don't do fake nice. Okay? I'll help you out. I'll be polite. And sometimes, generally, it'll come out of me that I'm, depending on the situation, who I'm talking to, their energy, it might be even more pleasant. Not saying, I don't know, like, the words to use here. Like, I'm not going to be the fake, oh, do. I'm not going to do that. But you can show compassion for yourself and others in a way of understanding. But don't be a pushover, is what I'm saying. But I'm pretty sure you know how to do this. I know, maybe I couldn't word that correctly because I'm trying to illustrate something that is kind of hard for me to illustrate. That was a lot of cards. With my words. Because I'm looking at it in my head visually, which is so much easier to express. Anyways, you know how to be compassionate towards others and show kindness and show without overdoing it and without feeling like you have to because it's some kind of obligation, right? People expect you to be a certain way. Like you're supposed to come off a certain way and be fake nice to everyone even though they don't treat you that way, right? No, don't do that. You cannot make a mistake. That there are infinite possibilities available to you. Yeah, you've hit this realm or this your access to realms are broadening, but also too, like, you've hit this point in your life where the possibilities are expanding even more. Like, you have more room. You have more room. That's another thing. You have more room in your mind. There's more room in your mind to really have ideas and to engage your life in a more meaningful way. clarity. Getting clarity. You can radically change your results by shifting your beliefs. Yeah, what we're saying, you're shifting your beliefs, and that's what did it. That's what's helping you right now, is shifting your beliefs, shifting your thoughts, shifting your thought patterns. So, really, it's a positive new time of new beginnings. You're expanding out, you're growing, you're evolving spiritually. All you need to do is make sure that you calm down, regulate your nervous system, track your thoughts, and engage in peaceful meditation and sound healing. This will really help push you past your boundaries psychically because of your new strength of mind, because you've exercised your mind in a way that you now have this new strength and power. And it's time to really embrace that. With that being said, peace.